TLO, what's poppin'? We are on Twitch. We are not live, but you can leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notification bells. Let's continue to grow the family from Chicago to the UK, man. Right behind me, you see it, little warning screen. We won't need it. I just like to do my intros on a screen. That's not what I'm watching. Maybe I'll make one. I don't know. Anyway, Twitch.com is where you can catch a live stream. Usernames on the bottom of the screen. And we also got Patreon 7 days a week. Patreon's doing something crazy to me right now. It's making me mad. But, you know, that don't mean I take it out on y'all and don't post. So still, 7 days a week, no matter what. This is Project Gaie, Gaie. This is his channel. This is his content. I am reacting to it. If he happens to watch this and he wants me to take it down, please just leave a comment. Don't do all the extra stuff. York, England. A tour through the most medieval city on earth. York. So is this like Yorkshire or just what is York? York. Hold on. Talk to me.
Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. No copyright infringement intended. All rights belong to their respective owners.
Today we are in York, England, the most medieval city in the world. The city is filled with history around every corner and really makes you...
Wait a minute now. A lot of people be telling me I should visit York. Like, this is like, is this York, like Yorkshire? Like, I don't know. Is this north? Y'all be like, yeah, you need to go somewhere north. Is this north? But like me, I like architect like this. But like, I want to live in a building like this, like these. But like, I want it to be all modern inside. I can't do the old stuff. But like, make it all modern and it'd be lit.
Feel like you are in the heart of a medieval town. Historic castles, foreboding sitting walls, narrow cobblestone paths, fascinating ruins, grand churches, and more await you in this enchanting North England city.
Oh, it is North England. See, here's my thing. If this was America, like, just because, you know, I give like my perspective and my thought process, I need y'all to hear me out. If this is America and it was like, oh yeah, I'm walking through here, the first thing in my mind would come up like, dang, black people was not allowed over here. There was never black people here. And now look at me. But see, I don't know if England, you know, England wasn't on the same type of time fully, I guess. So I don't know. It's nice. I can't say that about England is what I'm saying. My thought process is a little, I got to catch myself sometimes.
And more await you in this enchanting North...
Who is that?
North England city. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Project Gaia. Today we are here
Project Gaia
in York, England. Now, York, England is one of the best preserved medieval cities.
There's a black person. He got on Crocs, no socks, heel ashy, crazy.
In the world. So you're going to see a lot of medieval art.
Oh, that's a she, my bad.
Architecture, very small kind of meandering lanes.
Is that Abraham Lincoln?
Going through some really old streets and blocks through here. And you're going to see some fascinating churches, castles, streets, walls. It really is a very cool place to see. So what we're going to do in this tour is we're going to show you the best things to do and see while you're here in New York. So let's begin.
Do we get to see food too, or just landmarks? Landmarks is fine. You know, I'm coming to the UK. I'm not going to York per se, not yet, but like I want to get an idea of where I want to try, what I'm trying to do when I do get there.
York is surrounded by walls, and there are several city gates like this one that permitted people inside.
Permitted people inside. This plaque marks the site of Porta Principalis Dextra of northwestern gate of the Roman fortress, of which the foundation has rebuilt circa AD 300 lie just below.
Inside and out of the city. It was a form of protection in ancient and medieval times, and today you still ceremoniously walk through these gates when entering the old city center.
If they had anything like this in Chicago, guarantee it would be all bars. Is this where Harry Potter was? I'm being serious. You know where the little shot where Harry Potter got his wand? I'm getting a flashback right now.
York's story stretches back over 2 millennia and was founded by the Romans in 71 AD. It was known as Eboracum and served as the capital of the Roman province of Britain Inferior. The city played a crucial role in shaping England's destiny during the medieval period, as it became a key Viking settlement known as Jorvik in the 9th century, and most of the narrow streets are built on top.
Was that a part of the show? Is this random?
Settlement known as Jorvik in the 9th century, and most of the narrow streets.
Wait, was his hat was on fire?
Played a crucial role in shaping England's destiny during the medieval period, as it became a key Viking settlement known as Jorvik in the 9th century, and most of the narrow streets are built on top of these ancient and medieval civilizations. York's history is a tapestry of Roman, Viking, medieval, and modern English influence, making it a captivating destination for history lovers. Walking through York is quite literally walking back in time, and will leave you feeling in complete awe.
I love this. I love architect like this. Nobody knows it that's close to me except my significant other. Maybe she don't even know. I don't think nobody know I be liking architectural stuff like this. The old stuff like this. This is kind of a vibe. It's vibey.
So one thing you for sure have to check out when you're here in York is York Castle. So that's obviously behind me. York Castle is almost 1,000 years old. So this tower was constructed in 1069. And you go inside and you see a fabulously preserved early medieval castle, right? So it's
like, give me this. Like, I'll live there. But like, make sure everything inside is brand new. But like the shell of it, all right, I'll take that.
Very interesting. It has those big, thick stone walls. It has a bunch of cool little rooms in it, and you could head to the top and get amazing views of York. So let's head in. Clifford's Tower was originally built by William the Conqueror as part of York Castle in the 11th century. As you walk through the castle, notice the thick, impenetrable stone walls and centuries-old spiral staircases. Impenetrable stone walls and centuries-old spiral staircases. Clifford's Tower.
This is pretty cool. I don't know. How would they stay warm? Fires, right? Fires, right?
Tower has a long history, but the most infamous event that took place here was a mass suicide in 1190 when the Jewish community sought refuge inside the tower during anti-Semitic riots and ultimately set themselves on fire.
Say it again?
90 when the Jewish community sought refuge.
They sought refuge, but ended up putting fire to themselves.
Inside the tower during anti-Semitic riots and ultimately set themselves on fire. Are you ready to see the coolest bathroom ever? Let's head into this.
I thought the bathroom was just the king peeing over the rail. I was like, what is going? I'm pretty sure that little guard wasn't right there because my daughter take bigger boo-boos than that. Ain't no way, no boo-boo going through there.
From the top of the tower, you get fantastic panoramic views of York and the surrounding countryside, so make sure you make the climb to the top.
Yeah, I gotta go to York. I gotta get here. This wasn't there. They put that here after. This little bow and arrow thing. Oh yeah, that's tough. Chicago got a lot of stuff like this too. Like, you wouldn't expect it, but they do.
So the city of York has an over 2,000-year-old history. So you're going to see that as you go around, right? So most of it is medieval, right? What you can visually see. But if you look at the walls around the city, you're going to be able to see that. For example, right here, right? So this here is part of the Roman walls. And you can see the difference in the bricks. And then above here is the medieval walls. So when you're going around the city, take a look at that because it really helps you see the difference in times.
Okay, I'm glad you told me that. It's like a fossil. No, my bad. It's like a tree. You know how trees got the lines as it gets, they just, yeah. See, this is raw. Like, give me, Chicago has stuff like this. Like this type of building, but it was made, like, the outside was the outside, but as soon as you went up these stairs, it was like all new inside. Like apartments, and just building into the apartment.
Now, one place I recommend you have lunch between all of your sightseeing is the York waterfront, and that's where we are now. So you walk along here; it's all cobblestone streets along the river.
It's like Chicago downtown, Riverside. What river is this?
And there's tons of pubs and there's a lot of outdoor seating. So definitely, if it's a nice day, check this out.
I don't know about that.
Waterfront along the River Ouse is a picturesque
The River Ouse?
vibrant area that adds to the city's charm. This waterfront has played a pivotal role in the city's history.
Okay. Whoever this is got OCD. They cut up the whole fish. No mushy peas, straight peas. What is this? What is this? That homemade tartar sauce?
Serving as a vital trade route during the medieval period.
Oh, that's a kid. That's a baby.
Pivotal role in the city's history.
Okay, I understand why it's cut up now.
Serving as a vital trade route during the medieval period. Today it is more used as a drinking, eating, and recreation spot. Make sure you take a leisurely stroll along the promenade and take a boat tour if you have the time. The York waterfront is a place where history meets contemporary life, making it a must-see for visitors. If you want to take a break on your adventure, stop into St. Mary's Church. The origins of the church can be traced back to the 11th century, and its impressive stained glass windows, intricate stonework, and serene interior provide a tranquil
It's a Catholic church, right?
retreat from the hustle and bustle of York's medieval streets.
This a mailbox? This how y'all mailboxes look?
We are now at arguably the most interesting site in York. We are at the Shambles. Now, the Shambles is the arguably best preserved medieval street in the world. So what it is basically is a commercial corridor that goes right through.
Oh, what was this? This also looks like a part where Sherlock was shot. Sherlock?
To the center of York, and it's just filled with all these really cool medieval stores, right? So, if you're into Harry Potter's Diagon Alley was modeled after this.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I told you. Nah, can't nobody play with me in Harry. I done watch Harry Potter, all the movies, like 4 times. Just when I'm like real bored and need something interesting to watch, I learn something new every time when I watch them.
Looks just like Diagon Alley. It's really cool to see. The Shambles is a truly enchanting medieval street that will quite literally transport you back in time. Its name is derived from the Old English word shamel, referring to the benches or stalls where butchers would display their meats. Make sure
What the butchers display their meat is crazy.
you stop into the shop that must not be named to harness your inner child and quite literally provide you with the Diagon Alley experience you've always wanted. Inside you will find tons of interesting and unique Harry Potter merchandise as well as house-specific options. I got this Slytherin alumni hat.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This is where the inner child comes in. I watched Harry Potter for the first time as a grown man. So my imagination wasn't even like as thorough as it should have been when watching, but that's why I see something new every time. Like, imagine if I was a kid watching Harry Potter. It would have been great, but, you know, I was outside thugging.
As you continue to explore the store, you can buy a wand specific to your personality, like an Ollivander's, and pick up a chocolate frog along with a famous witch and wizard's card. This place is a Harry Potter fan's heaven.
$12.99. Do you know how much they charging for that here? if that was here, what? That little frog chocolate would have been $40
on Earth. The Shambles' narrow and cobblestone streets are flanked by leaning timber frame structures, seemingly pushing towards each other, creating a canyon in the street below. This creates a...
Oh, it does look like that. It looks like he's walking and the streets are narrowing, but it's like doing something majestic.
Seemingly pushing towards each other, creating a canyon in the street below. This creates a picturesque and almost fairy tale-like ambiance. The biggest craze in the Shambles these days is York ghost merchants. This store always has a line that is at least an hour long, and inside you can buy an ornamental ghost specifically made in York to fit your unique style and personality. The Shambles could get quite busy, and all the shops open around 10 a.m. If you want the Shambles completely to yourself, I'd recommend getting here before everything opens around 9 a.m.
No. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I want the best of both experiences by myself so I can really get indulge with it. Or I would go like in the middle of the peak hours.
Right off of Little Shambles, there is a courtyard that serves as a sort of city market. Here you can find everything from various merchandise, fruits and vegetables, meats, souvenirs, food carts, and more. This is the perfect place to stop and eat or to take a rest from the hustle and bustle of the main corridor.
Bro, y'all would be surprised how much I enjoy doing things like this. You would never think I'd come down and sit at a picnic table and just be chilling. Well, guess what? I would. Oh, you got bows. Bow there. Bow buns. Wait, is he American or? Let me hear him say something again. I hope this music not copywritten.
If you want to try some...
Was that a Peaky Blinders skull? It was. This is raw, but I just couldn't do a skull. Not in my house.
If you want to try some of the best scones in the world, I recommend you check out Parlor Made, located right on the Shambles. Have your morning coffee and scone from the 600-year-old attic as you peer down at the medieval shop.
Dang, these are all scones? Ooh. These are not the scones that I seen at the British market in Florida. This is clotted cream. Jam. Raisin scone. I don't know what this is. What's this?
Street below. Next, check out the Society of Chemists. This sorcery-themed soap and fragrance store really is unique. It has a dark and edgy vibe playing deep underground house music and has some interestingly named soaps, perfumes, candles, and colognes like Dragon's Breath.
Oh, that's cool. I just can't get right behind all of the snake with the eye. Like I wouldn't go in for that purpose. I ain't with all of that. But it do look cool for the people who would partake in that type stuff. But you know, energy is everything, and inviting these type of images into your crib, like taking this and buying it and putting it on your crib in your house, like it's like, it don't mean nothing to you, but it means something. That's something. You know,
Viking lovers are going to love the Jorvik Viking Center. This museum
we're supposed to watch Viking on Patreon, but I started a different show. I can't even think of the name right now. We just watched. It's an Irish show. We just watched season 1, episode 1.
teaches you all
But we're starting the Viking after we finish Game of Thrones. 100%.
about York's Viking era history.
They got their own shop. Like, we gotta watch now.
The museum is actually built on top
That's
of the
raw.
remains of a Viking archaeological site, and you can see the ruins in the basement. You begin the experience on a sort of amusement park ride where you glide through a recreated animatronic Viking village.
The phoenix rose from the ashes.
The next part of the museum exhibits artifacts and remains found nearby from Jorvik or York's Viking era past.
Not gonna lie. That was hard. I gotta go there. York is looking real appealing all of a sudden.
Now, a must-see in York is the York City walls, which are behind me. You can see them down there, it goes for miles, right? So these are 2,000-year-old walls.
How old is this video? This is 1 year ago. Does he still post? I'm curious. I gotta go look. And am I in 1080p? All right.
Right? So they started in the Roman era and they were expanded in the medieval era. And basically what they do is they circumnavigate York. So you go, it's about 2 miles to go all the way around them, but there's a couple access gates. So you walk up to it and it affords you beautiful views of York. And it really is amazing because you're kind of walking on the old city walls. You know, you can really experience what medieval people experienced when they were guarding the city. So let's head in.
The York City walls, often considered some of the finest medieval walls in England,
It looks like the Great Wall of China.
encircle the historic center of York,
little
stretching
lower.
for over 2 miles. They
little
were
shorter,
originally
but-
built by the Romans in the 3rd century AD, and some of the Roman remains are still visible. Whether you're a history buff or simply seeking panoramic views, a walk on the walls provides a memorable experience.
What was this wall supposed to do? I mean, I get it. Back in those days, there wasn't like what the technology that we have now. So maybe it did a lot, but it doesn't look very high.
experience and a sense of connection to the past.
My light almost fell on. Okay, I mean, that's pretty high. I might be bugging out.
So one thing to note about the York City walls, it is not ADA accessible, right? So wheelchairs are a no-go up here. Strollers are a no-go as well. Now, I have something called the yo-yo stroller, which is actually very popular in European countries, and it folds up and it works great along cobblestone streets. So what I did is I just folded mine up, and my daughter just walked along with me. So if you want to see the walls, you can't bring a stroller unless you have this one. I highly recommend the stroller. I have the link below the description, so check that out if you're interested.
W promo. W ad.
Monk Bar is one of several city gate entrances used to enter and exit the city in medieval and Roman times. Each one of these gates have a fascinating history and can be used to access the York City walls. My favorite part of York is the enchanted energy of the city. Not many places in the world offer such an uninterrupted city center with original architecture and a lack of big box retail and restaurants. Walking around here is like walking in a storybook world, one that brings out the kid in you and makes you feel happy and warm. History is around every corner, and you can't help but gawk at the city's beauty.
Wow, that's raw. Who is this? I don't know who this is, but the whole sculpture is cold. When was this made? Back in them days? It's fire. That's a church?
Stonegate is another area that you should check out. This retail area is filled with unique stores and pubs, all within a medieval setting. This is basically a less touristy and less crowded version of
All this medieval stuff with Star Wars in the center. Oh, snap. We got some Marvel attire here, too.
the Shambles.
Is this crooked?
So after seeing all of these historic buildings, you're probably interested in seeing what the inside of a medieval building looks like. Well, that's where you come here for. This is called Barley Hall, and it's behind me. So this is a home from the 1300s that was recently found and restored, and you go in and you learn all about life.
Now, did they restore it exactly how it was supposed to be?
In the Middle Ages, and what it was like to live in York during medieval times.
This beautifully restored townhouse offers visitors a captivating glimpse into the life and times of 15th century England. Originally built for a wealthy merchant, the hall showcases
Pretty big house.
exquisite timber-framed architecture, authentic period furniture, and recreated interiors.
Okay, when I say I want like my house on the outside to look like this architecturally, and it to be new in the inside, but give me like some shapes of the old school, like the olden days. Give me some shapes, some, you know what I'm saying? Give me a table like this, but kind of newy looking, but with the wood on top. You know what I'm saying?
The museum is also good for
Like, make it
kids,
a
as there are a
mixture.
variety of things they can play with to learn more about the history in a fun way. Barley Hall allows you to step into a medieval household and helps you to get better acquainted with and better understand York's
God, it's a crazy house. Bro got a schoolroom, a tutor room.
rich medieval heritage.
Now, a must-see when you're here in York is York Minster, which is behind me. Now, this is the main cathedral in York, and this is something that you must see in life. It really is something that you should have in your
That
bucket.
looks crazy. It literally, how did they build stuff like this back then? Like, what was they using?
Because this is one
It just looked like a rock was there, and they just chiseled into the rock until it became this.
of the greatest world cathedrals, right? So inside, it is fantastically beautiful. It has one of the,
Like, how do you create this arch?
right? So inside,
Like, how do you do this if it's not just a piece of rock and then you chiseled into it? Like how? How you do that?
it is fantastically beautiful. It has one of the best collections of stained glass windows on earth, and it really is a breathtaking experience. So you definitely have to check this out. So let's head in.
Like, I'm going to these places strictly for food, but like, my side mission game is gonna be impenetrable. It's gonna be crazy. Like, I'm gonna make these the YouTube videos, like, low key.
York Minster is one of the world's great cathedrals and serves as an amazing masterpiece of Gothic architecture. The magnificent cathedral has a history dating back over 1,000 years. Construction began in the 13th century and continued for several centuries, resulting in a masterpiece of unparalleled grandeur.
That's crazy. Did they bring the queen through here when she was, you know what I'm saying, when they did the...
The Minster's
Curious.
stunning stained glass windows, including the famous Great East Window, are awe-inspiring. The intricate stone carvings throughout the cathedral are equally impressive and create a sense of sacred grandeur. York Minster remains the vital center of worship, offering daily religious services.
Yeah, this was it, right? This is where they brought her through. I'm bugging or no?
Make sure you travel beneath the minster into the crypt, where you will find the tomb of Saint William, the patron saint of York.
This is all beautiful. Buddy.
So where we are now is St. Mary's Abbey. Now this is a Benedictine monastery from the 11th century, right? So this is almost 1,000 years old, right? It has a fascinating history, and what I find so great about it is it's like this ruin, but it's a park in the middle of York, and there's amazing gardens around it, and it's just something beautiful to see and really get up and close and personal with it. And I mean, look at this fine stonework. I mean, you just don't
Are these just regular stones? Like, how do they stand the test of time like this? I feel like nowadays we could never.
see things like this anymore, right? And you know, there's kids playing on it, and there's a garden around it. It's definitely something to see, right? And you know, there's kids playing on it.
Did my eyes deceive me? What is this?
And there's a garden around it. It's definitely something to see when you're here in York.
Bro, when he stopped talking to me, that's funny.
St. Mary's Abbey was founded in the 11th century and was one of the most powerful and influential abbeys in northern England. After the English Reformation, the abbey was dismantled and has been a romantic ruin for centuries. Its striking ruins now stand as a reminder of the abbey's historical and religious
That is beautiful. Even though it's like a quarter of a building.
importance to the city of York.
Not even a quarter.
Okay, everyone, that concludes our big tour of York.
I appreciate you taking me on a tour because now I wholeheartedly am coming.